Welcome to Monkey and Frank. My name is Do, and my body is Dom. And today, oh man, Dom, Do, let's talk about your mushroom trip. It keeps coming back up, and I feel like you got more inside of you that you need to digest and see what's up. Now, first thing, when you took those mushrooms, you remember the first thing that tripped you up was that your feet were so cold and you were starting to feel a lot of pain. And that's because you've been going to dry needling. I've been doing dry needling in my muscles, in my shoulder and my legs to get them to reactivate. My guy that does the dry needling, he's never seen a guy like me. I go there for 45 minutes and he does each muscle, and yeah, it's insane. And as he's going through the muscle, it's so spiritual because I breathe through it, and I notice that when he hits a muscle, like in my legs especially, because I've done nothing all my life. I've been a computer geek all my life, and as he's going through my legs, I can see visions as the pain shoots up. And because the pain now is so involved with my spirituality and presence and the fact that this body is not my body and I'm here to be there for it, with it, to experience the human experience, to grow somehow my soul through this experience as I'm going with it, like with God. So the mushroom was firing like my legs and my shoulders, and like it was so painful. It was as if my muscles were getting dry needled, or like to the core all the time. And yeah, the first thing that tripped me up is the mushroom showed me my daughter. And because in the last few weeks my daughter had an experience where she didn't like herself in the mirror, and she told us about it, and it broke my heart. And then she got croup, and that scared the heck out of me. So I cried openly in front of her. I was, really, really one with her. And before that, after Peru, my daughter has been a source of a guide, like a spirit guide almost. She is guiding me in my life, in my anger, in my frustration, in my body, in my everything. And so anyways, when the mushroom showed me that, I had trouble getting over it. Like I couldn't handle what I was seeing, so I tried to distract myself. I tried to run away from it. I tried to breathe through it, and I couldn't. And that set me off course into a bad trip where, well, a bad trip. I want to call it a bad trip because it was not a good experience, but bad trips for me are the most profound one, the one that teaches you the most, the one that gives you the most growth. So when I took a turn for the worse, my feet started to be really, really cold, and I couldn't warm them up no matter how much I tried. And my body was in pain, my legs and my shoulders. And the mushroom was showing me how ungrateful I was. Like first it was just there was not really an image, it was just a big feeling. And it felt like all of the mushrooms, like all of the spirits, it wasn't God, it was like all of them, well, my illusion. So for me in my journey, it seemed like a lot of spirits saying, "You're so ungrateful." And after this bang of ungratefulness, I wanted to cry. I even asked my wife, "Is it okay if I cry?" As if I didn't have permission to cry myself. Like I felt so ashamed of being so ungrateful, and then I couldn't even cry. Like I couldn't let it out. It was just showing me. It was as if it was taking the back of my head and showing me, look how ungrateful you are, as if it was shoving my nose into my own pee or my own shit. And it was horrible. And then after that, when it was done Well, it wasn't done. It compounded. As I got used to that feeling, the next feeling came in of, look how much effort it takes for you to be alive right now. Like, so much effort. And as it was showing me how much effort it took for me to be alive, another layer showed up and was saying, all you can do is at least put in an effort. Like, why are you not putting in an effort, kind of thing? But there was no question. It was more like, look at all the shame, look at how ungrateful you are, look how much effort it takes for life, for you to even be alive, and look how much it doesn't even matter. Like, you are insignificant, yet we're putting so much freaking effort into you for you to grow into your soul, and you're so ungrateful. And it was that mixed with pain, mixed with, it was really much that. Like, and it was all mixed up, and it was just a big blur of that, and I couldn't look away. The mushroom was just pointing me to that area, and period. That's it. That's all. I couldn't get out of it, and it was horrible. It was a sensation of defeat, frustration, because when I was experiencing this, I knew from my knowledge, and I knew from where I'm coming from, that it's not my fault that I'm ungrateful. It is the trauma of my body that is making it so that I can't even look at this body and see it for what it is, and honor it, respect it, and do an effort for it, because I'm just, here you go, that's your experience, as if I don't have a choice. And it feels like I don't have a choice. But the choice is put in an effort. Like, so I was very much defeated, frustrated, because I was like, this is not fair, like, at all. On top of not showing me God, because I've been asking for a while, and I know, you don't get everything you want, and the mystery is beautiful, and everything is meant to me, and meant to be, and everything in due time. I know all of that. I'm just telling you where I was at the time, my state of mind of when the mushroom is kicking your ass and you're feeling so down and defeated and frustrated at the same time, saying like, come on, that is so not fair. I want to deal with my trauma. Why don't you just kind of show me my trauma so that I can deal with them? Like, I was not understanding what the mushroom was doing. In hindsight, I was just in the soup, and I was trying to breathe through it. Now, one thing that I do have a small regret, but I'm sure it's meant to be, I wish I would have done the Wim Hof breathing. Sometimes I don't understand why I forget, even in moments with my family when I get upset. Mother, God, please, the Wim Hof breathing is everything to me. I want to, I want to make it my own, my life, my everything, a way of life. This thing of like taking deep breaths, and then stopping to breathe willingly, call it Wim Hof, call it whatever. The act is so spiritual. It's like crying, it's like laughing, it's like puking during ayahuasca, as you're breathing hard and you're really into the soup of all of your feelings. Well, for me, the fourth experience was just so bliss compared to the first and second, where it was mostly pain. But nonetheless, every experience, if you breathe through it and you oxygenize your body, and then you just stop breathing and you really look inward, it opens up like a lotus, like a flower. That act of doing that passionately, not doing it like a robot, as if you want to do a record of holding your breath. It's not about holding your breath, it's about the feeling, it's about the chemical thing, the magic that's happening inside yourself, kind of thing. So the mushroom kicking my ass. My wife was there working, thank God, beside me, and she was just kind of being there, supporting me. And I felt so grateful that she was there. So grateful. My love for her has been growing so much. And thank you, Dom. Thank you, Do, for working so hard, the effort that you've put into your relationship, in your life, in your body this year, you deserve to be thanked. Like, you deserve some gratefulness. You deserve to say thank you to Mother and God for having giving you this journey of like suck, let's say for 38 years, but it was not all suck, obviously. But because I disliked my body, and because I was not aware that I was a soul and that God was on my side or in my corner, everything I was doing, no matter what it was through a lens of suck. Um, so it's fair to say that since for 38 years there was suck, and now, only now, through self-love and through these crazy insanity video fucking podcasts and talking to yourself and talking to Mother and God and being insane in front of the world, what the fuck are you doing? It's shame resilience. Where were you? Oh yeah, I was so thankful for my wife. So at the end of the mushroom trip, I had planned it was, I don't know why I planned, I didn't do it on purpose, but it kind of ended up, I had an integration circle that night through Zoom, and it was cool. I was still in the mushroom on that, but not like at the very, very end, and I was good, but I was explaining my frustration on how, hey, that's not fair, like, you're making me feel all of this for what? Like, because I didn't know what the mushroom was doing. The next day when I woke up, I just remembered feeling a sense of just the word effort. Effort was imprinted in my mind. So I got up and I took a shower, and then when it was time to put it full cold to, do the daily cold shower, and right now it's minus 20 outside, so the water is like 1 degree straight up out of the tap in Ottawa. And so you have to prepare, right? But this time I'm like, hey, you know what? I am doing an effort. Like, I've been doing this Wim Hof shit, like, sorry for calling it shit, it's my life, for like 8 years. I've been doing this cold thing for like 3 years now. I've been doing ayahuasca. I went to ayahuasca, and I just like started remembering all of the effort that I had put in, and it felt like an energy was building and I was like, oh man, that's awesome. And I turned it full cold, and I realized, I thought like the mushroom must have went into my trauma, made me feel so ungrateful because I was going through something, and made me realize, like, look, motherfucker, look how much effort you put in your life. You're just not looking at it. You're just not seeing it. You're not being nice again to your body. You're not seeing what it's doing for you, slash what you're doing for it, slash we exist. Hey, I'm here. God, like, you keep asking for God. I'm here all the time. And I heard his voice so, in his voice, again, it's my inner monologue. I'm insane. But it was so comforting, because that's all I have. My awareness, my, who do I have in front of me right now inside of me, my archetype? It's always dark and cold, but if I really open up to my insanity, which is like the Tao or imagination, creation, you guys, like, it's just, I don't know, like right now, there's nothing, it's just me. I feel my warrior, the big guy in the dark, just like chilling. He's very content. Like, I am strong. I've gone a long way. See, another thing, the recognizing of effort. God damn, like, that's a practice on its own. To stop every day and say, like, how much effort did I put in my life? Like, even brushing your teeth. You did something for yourself. For your breath not to stink. For you not to feel, because I have a choice. I can go without brushing my teeth, let's say, and have this stench of inside my mouth and not really think too much about it. But behind, I feel like, like, why are you not taking care of me? Why are you not brushing my teeth? Why are you not, like, and it's the body trying to talk to me through, and like, example, in the last few weeks, I've been thinking a lot about quitting cannabis for a little while, sobriety, because every time I go back to it, I always go too strong, too much. I love it so much. And the one of the biggest reason is that it makes me tired. Like after, a day, let's say, of smoking, or even after the second time or the third time, you start getting really tired. It weighs on you. It's heavy. And if you don't do the Wim Hof breathing before going to bed, it removes the REM sleep. So as long as I do the Wim Hof breathing, my sleep is amazing. And yeah, but the point is that I wanted to get away from it, but as well because of the ungratefulness, and because now I was thinking effort. I was thinking a lot of like every time I would do something, it's like, hey, I'm putting in effort. I was putting in effort, and my energy kept building up and building up, and it felt like it was going forward, and it was constructive, and more I could take the time and just take a breath and have just a moment with me and God inside my own inner monologue, and say whatever, and just be one with it, and feel good, or even just sitting in the Tao and looking at nothing and everything, expansiveness, the darkness, like the Tao, like just what is. It's very peaceful. And I'm so thankful and grateful that I am able, like, you are fucking there, dude. Like, you are silent mind. There's nothing in there. And you remember the inner monologue. You remember how much noise there was in life. And now, like, you don't think of the future. You don't think of the past. You just are with me, Mother. And you've been looking at me for over 6 months. Maybe 6 months. Wow. It's amazing. So thank you for that. I really, really appreciate you being with me, talking to me, being insane, and understanding what is true, what is the reality, which is everything is an illusion, so nothing is real. Everything is real and nothing is real. Nothing matters, everything matters. You matter. The mushroom was showing me how much effort it takes for you to be alive. Like how much effort is put in for you to be here and now in this technology-filled life that she created. That's one thing. Oh, anyways, like how much effort. So be grateful, and it's not about being grateful all the time, like, oh, thank you, I'm gonna bow down to my knees. No, it's about, oh, look at that. I decided to hold off on this donut. And if you recognize it as, man, I just did an effort and that's epic, it is fucking epic. Every single moment that you do an effort, it'd be good posture, taking a breath here, and you recognize it as, like, you just did an effort. Like, that's so cool. Like, for your body, for something that's not you. Because everybody's confused. I mean, I'm insane, right? So who am I to talk? But I'm saying, if you turn it around in your mind and you say that that's not your body, and you use the Taoist way or the Ram Dass way, and saying, like, this body's going to die and my awareness is going to continue, something truly happens. And like your mind goes so silent, because you know that the illusion is real. Like, it's no longer just a if, ands, or but. And you see truly a physical change in your body. I'm gaining muscles like insanity. My body is getting so... Anyways, it's fixing itself, but I'm not doing it for me. I'm doing it, for my body, for Mother, and I listen to it, and I'm like, it's not like I go to do CrossFit, or because of COVID, I would go to Jiu-Jitsu or do CrossFit, tell you the truth. But because I'm just COVID, it feels like it's a moment for me to grow in this spirituality and to become a master of some kind. I don't know, but it feels meant to be. So anyways, I've been just doing push-ups here and there, or because I bought the rings. Oh, rings are magical. Or rolling and on the foam roller and the ball on the... Oh, but I'm just saying, my body has been transforming because I call it spiritual muscle. I say to Mother, if I'm going to put in the effort and I'm going to recognize that I'm putting effort, And I've been doing it for my body for a while, but I didn't realize that I was not doing it with my mind. And the mushroom really showed me, like, hey, be grateful up there as well, not just physically. And such a good teaching. But I want to talk about that, about technology. A lot of people, and I mean, I don't know, I'm just guessing, but it's like I hear this. There's a frequency of like, technology's bad, social media's bad, and AI and pollution, and the more that I'm here in the Tao and I'm with Mother and I'm with myself, it's like, no, this is all good. Like, you guys are all dead already. Like, Mother, God have already killed you. Like, you are already part of them. There's nothing you can do that you can, it's good to fight for what you really believe, because you want to remove suffering. Like, if ever it's, like, you fight to remove suffering, like the killing of animals, go for that. Like, that's not a bad thing. I'm just saying technology, pollution, or plastic and whatever, it's about awareness. It feels like it wants to create more and more awareness, and computers and that knowledge that's on the inside everybody right now, it's such a boost in knowledge and awareness, and it's the next evolution. It's what it wants. Don't get attached too much to what you can't control and what you have no control over, but get attached to your surrounding, around your house, around your room. And like today, I want to talk about that. That was my previous thing. I wanted to quit cannabis because it makes me so tired. But today, I decided to just be productive. I decided I didn't decide to be productive, but productivity showed up at my door. Like, my wife's like, hey, can you clean the bath before the children come? And I'm like, oh, I've been meaning to clean the entire bathroom, so I've just done it. So I spent an hour in there, and then I spent just cleaning the kitchen, cooking, and that gave me a boost of energy where I was not tired at all. And I feel like it was showing me, like, you're tired with the cannabis because of the decisions you're making. You're deciding to go meditating instead of being productive and working towards effort. You are good at meditating. You are a silent mind. This is something you'll do when you'll die kind of thing. Your task right now is just effort. I've shown it to you. So it's very beautiful. I do want to continue with the idea of becoming sober for a while. I want to see who I am truly and how I can be with Mother and God on the daily, and Do and Dom, and be insane and full of shame resilience. We got this, man. Monkey and Frank for life. Yo, Frank. Oh, man. If you want to come in one of my dreams, one of my vision, I miss you with all my heart. It's like I've been forgetting your voice. Anyways, guys, that was insane. Thank you so much for listening. That's Jazz and Kevin having fun, seeing who's the more dominant animal. And I would say they're a pretty good challenger. Today, I would feel Jazz might be the winner. But who knows? Life is life. Thank you so much for listening. This integration has been great. Monkey and Frank for life. Love you all.